Hello guys, so Operation Newbie. I thought I'd do a little video to get us into the China War and Manchukuo expansion so people know what's going on. So, at the start of every round for China at War, there is an event. So we roll a dice, and then whatever number it hits, we do that event. There's a pre-war and a while at war. So once Japan declares at war with China, the Soviets and the CCP have two elite units. I'll explain what those are. And they can also the Soviets can lend lease this a Soviet fighter as they can send one of their fighters as a fighter to the KMT once Japan declares on China. Let's go to the KMT. So the KMT has a little more elite infantry, and America can also do the same lend lease I was just talking about. And then there's a Chinese expeditionary force that I can send out into Burma late game. It does explain it in here. Let's pull that up. Yes, so Soviet support, German support, Allied support. So yeah, the Germans can actually decide is not at war with China and has not yet evolved to a major. German and KMT can do an arms for raw materials, which gives them both like one. KMT can then buy like an artillery, but it costs one extra, but it goes to the Germans. And then there's also the Soviet support, where you can send the fighter to KMT if Japan declares. And then Soviet intervention in Sincan, where the Soviets can actually attack Sincan to stop it from going KMT, and it just becomes a Soviet aligned minor, like the Mongolia. So the elites, yes, let's talk about the elites. The elites have 3 attack and 5 defense, 1 movement. KMT can only build 5 per game. That's why you saw 5. Yeah, so basically, in order to get one, a KMT infantry unit that wins a battle against Japan or the CCP can, it has to be a regular unit. So say this infantry attacks Hope and it wins. Well, then you can make this infantry into an elite unit. What else? The Chinese Expeditionary Force. So after 1941, the KMT player can spend 2 IPP to create the Chinese Expeditionary Force. And if KMT controls Yunnan and the Burma Road is open, I can place these 3 units in Burma, I believe. Let's see. But only those units can go into FEC land, Siam, Cochinchina, and Oman Token. And they can attack and defend with other Commonwealth units, but are still controlled by the KMT player. So think of it as like America and whatnot. Let's go to the Manchukuo, the Japan player. So that's an entire different expansion, and you get different units. So it does say it in the sheet, setup rules. You have Kwangtung units, which you can build up to 4 in a game. And they don't need a factory in Manchukuo. There's armored cars. You get the Manchukuo Imperial Guard, which is basically an elite unit, but you only get 1 for the whole game. So if it dies, see you later. Also, border clashes. So you can do border clashes with Mongolia and USSR, which is right here and here, here, and here. Once you take this, say you attack from western into Mongolia, and say you kill them, you get to collect that. So Japan would then own this province. And same thing is if the Russians attacked northern Manchuria, they could take that IPP. But obviously, they need to be at their full income to collect extra income. But Japan could collect cheetah if they go and take that. So yeah, so Japan could buy Manchukuo infantry, Manchukuo Cav, Manchukuo Mountain through the factory. The Kwangtung, you only get 4 of them you can buy here, but they are basically like elite units, but they don't need a factory. And in this setup, you get 2 extra factories. It's kind of nice. Well, 1 extra. I think that explains it. Anyways, if you don't understand something, you can always just look at the rules. It's right here. Okay. So let's go and do the event for the first turn. Let's lock this in. Okay, so pre-war. Let's go ahead and roll D12. Roll it right here. 1 through 12. Let's go. A 10. The Jian Incident. If Szechuan is KMT possessed and Senshi is CCP possessed, the KMT must choose one of the following. Sign a truce with the CCP, not the same as the Chinese truce. This prevents KMT and CCP from attacking each other for the next 2 calendar turns. And then the CCP may then immediately make an influence roll as if it were the CCP's turn. B. Place a CCP roundel on Szechuan and replace all KMT units with CCP units. Well, I'm not going to do that, so we are definitely going to sign a truce, since the KMT do get to choose. So we will sign the CCP truce, and then the CCP actually gets an extra influence roll immediately. So before their turn even starts, they do it. So let's lock that in. And we cannot attack each other for 2 turns. Actually, not terrible for the KMT, because now he can't attack me. But, yep. Oh, also I forgot to explain the opium markers. You can collect +1 income from those, but then throughout all your provinces in China, you can only place 2 per space instead of 3. So, trade-offs. Alright, I think that's it. Thank you, guys.